And I'm going to be talking about some bed bug facts. Now, I jotted some things down. So, like those of you who have had them or still have them, you kind of know. You know some things about bed bugs as people who never encountered them don't know. So, you know the pain that they could cause. You know the trauma that you can go through mentally. You know that mental state of mind that they can have you in, that unhealthy mental state of mind. Um, excuse me. The effect of the bites, how those bites can like drive you insane, like insane. The itching, that constant itch, like that never ending itch. And I heard that ding, you probably heard it too, it's a notification. And the fear, that fear of being bit. Because once you start getting bit by bed bugs, and you might get that one bite and you scratching it and you itching it and you may think that like it's over, and then you constantly getting bitten, 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 bit. Now you that fear comes where you looking around trying to see if you see bugs anywhere, scared you're gonna get bit again, don't know what's biting you, all that kind of thing. Hello, Coco, how are you? So also the fear and that flashlight effect when you encounter bed bugs and you're getting bitten, bitten, bit. Next thing you know, you have a flashlight. You're keeping the lights on. You can't sleep with the light off. You can't sleep without the flashlight. You basically can't sleep. You're awake. You're awake. You're awake. Okay, so those are the things that people who have experienced bed bugs will go through. Good. I'm glad you're doing well. Okay, and for those of you who have not experienced bed bugs, you guys have no idea. You have no idea what you could be facing if you ever get them. You have no idea of the impact, the mental impact. You just have no idea. Most people, when you hear somebody talk about bed bugs, you just thinking that they're talking about a typical bug, and you're like, you talking about a bug? And then when you see how tiny they are, I mean, like it's the smallest little bug that you can barely see. You'll be like, that little bug. I'm gonna tell a little short story about one of those little bugs, or let's say a bunch of those little bugs. Okay, you also have no idea. Okay, I said that you have no idea what you could be facing. Your whole life could change in a matter of minutes when you encounter bed bugs. Once you start getting bit, and if you're sensitive to the bites, your whole life can change, really, honestly, in a matter of minutes. Because once you start getting bit, most of the time that one bug don't only bite you once. That one bug kind of like may bite you like 3 or 4 times, either in a straight line. It could be a zigzag, or it could be like a little circle, but mainly it's that straight line. Or it might not be a zigzag, but it might be a little spaced out, then come down. But once you start getting bit, if you're sensitive to the bites, your life's going to change. It's going to change. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's going to change. And if you have an infestation, I feel for you. Okay, my other phone keep cutting out, so this is why I'm hesitating. I'm kind of hesitating. Okay, now even if no, I've even seen people laughing. I've seen people laughing about these bugs. I have seen people who, once you start telling them about the bugs, they just start laughing at you, and then you kind of talk about it. Hit that like button for this. Thank you, Coco. Those ones that laughed about the bugs, they probably still laughing. The only ones who not are the ones who encountered them. Now I do know people who have encountered these bugs, that laugh before they have when I told them about them, because I kind of spread the word about bed bugs, and a person don't have to have them just for me to talk to them about them because of how everybody people are just getting them now. And they just everywhere. So I may talk about it, and some people they get the itch and they get the scratch. Like, no, God, I don't want to hear about it. And I'm not watching no videos about no bugs crawling on nobody and biting nobody. But a few of these people have encountered bed bugs. Again, I'm gonna share a story, and going through some things. I have three people now, three people now that I'm helping personally. This is not online. This is personally who dealing with this issue. Okay, people need to understand that this is a real problem. It is definitely a real problem, guys. This is nothing to joke about, nothing to laugh about, nothing to play about. That myth that we heard when we were children, good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite, it's real. It's real. Okay, so now I am working with three different people who have bed bugs. The way it came about them knowing that I help people with bed bugs, as I say, I talk about it now, and I try to spread awareness about it, because once you get them, you need to know what to do. If you don't, you're going to lose your mind. You're just going to lose your mind. You go to the hospital. I don't even know if they're going to tell you it's bed bugs. When I went, they told me, yeah, it's some type of insect bite, and they gave me hydrocortisone cream, and that was it. And I was out of there. The pest control person that came to my house, he flashed a flashlight up at my curtains and at the foot of my bed, and he was out of there. One thing we have to understand about pest control people, and I'm not saying all, but some. But one thing I can say that they're all human, just like we are. None of them want to take these bugs home, just like we don't want them in our house. If they come and treat our home, they have a possibility of carrying a bug out with them and taking it home. And I have had stories to her. I have heard stories about pest control people encountering bed bugs from the job, going out on a regular job. So a lot of them, they will come in and they won't they won't do their job if they think you have them in there, because they're trying to get out of there. They'll tell you things that you can do this and you can do that, but they don't fully look around and inspect, because they don't actually, I don't think a lot of them actually want to find a bug. They don't want to be bothered with it. Now, some of them are very serious about their job, and they, like the guy I had, that when I called my rental office, once I felt like they may have been gone, and I wanted just somebody to come and tell me, and just made me feel, had that feeling, that confident feeling that they were gone. He was very thorough. He was very thorough, although he didn't have to do anything because I had done everything. I just needed somebody to come and say, yeah, they're gone. Hello, Retro Scorpion. So, the situation that I'm going through now with someone who had the bed bugs. One of the families kind of knew they had it, but they ignored it. They ignored it, and it got just out of control. They kind of knew they kind of knew what was going. They even seen the bugs. They even seen the bugs, but they did not know anything about bed bugs. They didn't know what they were. They knew they were getting bit. They knew they were getting bit. I use Sandsbug pop-up tent when I'm sleeping to keep them at bay. They're $60. Okay, okay, Retro. Thank you for sharing. Retro says he used something called Sandsbug. It's a pop-up tent, and that's what he's using that to sleep in to keep them at bay. Okay, so these folks, they kind of knew that they had bed bugs. They just didn't know they were. They knew they had bugs. Put it that way. They said they didn't know if these were the bugs that was biting them. And what I'm kind of trying to understand with this situation, if you wake up and see a bed bug crawling on my tent, I stick it with duct tape. If you wake up and see a bed bug crawling on your tent, you stick it with duct tape. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I can see if you have the duct tape somewhere, and if they crawl around, you're hoping they get on it. But okay. They were seeing the bugs, didn't know they were bed bugs, but If you send bugs going around and you know that you're getting bit, even if not everybody's getting bit, somebody's complaining about getting bit, the first thing I would think is that bug. And I keep seeing these bugs. Another thing, if I keep seeing a bug that I've never seen before and I'm getting bit by something, I'm going to go to the internet and I'm going to find out what this bug is, just as how it happened with me. Once I start getting bit, and at first I thought it was a mosquito bite, but then like maybe 5, 10 minutes later, it turned into a knot and it was itching crazy. I'm like, this ain't no mosquito bite. Don't no mosquito bite get this big. And then I know how a mosquito bite look. It felt like a mosquito bite in the beginning. It resembled it, but after it did what it needed to do, get bigger, whatever, it didn't look like a mosquito bite anymore. It looked like a big knot. So I started kind of like researching and stuff immediately. A lot of people kept saying it was a spider. I've been bit by a spider before. I don't know what kind of spider, but I've been bit by a spider before. I knew it wasn't a spider bite either, and the thought of a spider being on me, but it was driving me insane. Okay. Yes, I unzip my tent, get out, grab the duct tape, and stick them. Okay. Okay. I mean, you can always also have a little spray bottle of alcohol or vinegar, and you could actually spray them too, and that'll kill them instantly. I mean, but whatever works as long as they're dead, as long as you killing them out. Okay, so when it got to me that these folks have bed bugs, and it got to me, and it was like, can you help them? I know that you help people with bed bugs, and I really do believe they're bed bugs. Could you help them? I said I would do the best I can, but I'm not going inside anybody's home. But I will do the best I can. If they know how to follow directions and things like that, they'll get rid of them. I can't say how soon because I don't know how big the infestation is. But if they listen to what's told, they will definitely get rid of them, and the bites will stop it'll stop quick. It'll be probably like maybe a week or two, or depending on if they follow the process. Okay. I also use bed bug pajamas too when I'm out of my tent and sitting in my chair. Okay. If you guys could read the comments, you can read the comments. I've never heard of bed bug pajamas, so okay. I'm just going to say okay. Okay. Now, if they have them, guys, you can look up bed bug pajamas and bed bug other things if you would like. Retro, I'm going to finish with my live, but you could continue to write things in the comment if you would like, and I just hope everyone can see the comments. So if they would like to follow up on what you're speaking of, they can. So I started speaking with the family. The mom, I started speaking with the mom. The dad did not. A lot of times with men, I don't know, men kind of difficult when it comes to bed bugs, and of course I'm not saying all men, but a lot of the guys are difficult when it comes to bed bugs because a lot of them are not sensitive to the bites. So therefore, they think that the women are just exaggerating and acting, foolish over a little bug. So at first he didn't think he was allergic to the bites, and I'm telling him, and I asked her to let me speak to him. I said, let me give you some words of advice. You may not be sensitive to the bites, but then again, you may be. I said it can come on at any time. But if your family tell you that they're getting bit and they're being bothered by something, then just believe what they say. Just because you're not going through it don't mean that they're not going through it. Okay, so we had a good conversation. He was a little more understanding. He still teased him. One night, they tore him up. They tore him up. I mean, they bit him up. The thing is, they have been biting him the whole time. He thought he wasn't getting bit. And I'm trying to tell people, when you have bed bugs in your house, everybody is getting bit. Everybody's getting bit. They're coming for the blood. They're coming. Whether you feel them biting, whether you break out, anything, they're biting. All of a sudden, he started itching. Started itching worse than they were. He lost his mind. He damn near lost his mind. The way that she was and the kids was, they were hysterical. But when he started feeling it, whole different ball game. I said this man is acting like this is a baby here. And I told him, I said, you know what? All that stuff he was talking to me and saying, of course, I'm not going to say everything that was said, but everything he said. And then when he started, he felt like he realized he was allergic. Whole different ballgame. This man begged and begged and begged and begged. I'll pay you whatever you want, anything. Just tell me how to get rid of these. But how long does it take me to get rid of? Just going, 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 going. Long story short, their situation is almost taken care of. They end up having a really big infestation because they had them for a while. They knew they had the bugs. Again, they didn't know they were bed bugs. So yeah, they just turned into a big, big old infestation. Even my friend, he has turned into a real big infestation. I'm not going to talk about his story again because I've already shared that on another live, but he had a major one too. It's two other families. One, they're coming into it. It's new. It's not they don't have an infestation. It's very light. They have a very light infestation, like it just started. So they won't have a hard time getting rid of them at all. They've already treated. They've already done exactly what I, instructed them to do. I do have ebooks. They bought the ebook, and now they're doing fine. They were getting bit, I'll say, for like 2 weeks before I was contacted, and it's after they contacted me. It was like a week later. Nobody's bit anymore, so the bites have stopped. But like I told them, don't be too comfortable because they're not gone yet. They're not gone yet. From the places that I know, from what they told me, and from what they told me, they're almost died out. But probably in the next week or two, they should not have a problem with them anymore. But as I state to everybody, when you get them and you get rid of them, there's always a possibility of getting them again. You can get them over and over and over and over and over, all depending, because you pick them up from any and everywhere. And majority of the time, we can't pinpoint where they came from. We can try to say came from this person's house or that person, or we did. We can say that, but we don't know where they come from for real. Very, very, very rarely you can actually say and know where you got them from. Very rarely. You rarely get bit now. If I do get bit, I use. Yeah, calamine lotion. Yeah. Aloe vera is good too. Aloe vera is a good thing to use for the bites, for the itch as well. Okay, and this particular family will be done. They'll be done soon. And because they had purchased the ebooks, I was doing Zoom meetings with them. I'm still doing Zoom meetings with them. I didn't charge them an extra fee. They bought ebooks, so I went on and helped them out as much as I can. And I will continue to until they're rid of them, and then they'll know how to do it. The ebooks, I didn't tell them what to do. The ebooks told them what to do. But sometimes when people are like in a stressful situation and they distress, they just want to hear somebody. They want to talk to a human being. They want to talk to somebody who know what they're doing. Even though my words is not helping them get rid of them, but it's comfort to them. So whatever they want to talk about, whatever they want to ask me about bed bugs, I'm there for that. But the ebooks is already taking care of everything because they followed it. Um, Also, the third family. The third family, not sure, not quite sure if it's bed bugs. From what they're telling me, I believe it is, but I'm not telling them, yeah, you have bed bugs because they need to get some evidence of it first. It's other bugs that bite other than bed bugs. Now, fleas, for instance, fleas will tear you up too. And you can go outside and walk across the grass and a flea can jump on you to take it in the house. Next thing you know, you got a bunch of fleas because they're on the animals. When you have animals running through your yard, going to potty in your yard, you don't know what kind of anything running through your yards at night, whether it's a fox, whether it's a raccoon, a possum, whatever. But and our dogs and cats, they get fleas. So it could be fleas. Bites are almost kind of similar to bed bug bites, and they bite and bite and bite too. So I want them to make sure of what kind of bug that they're dealing with. So I'm have asking them. They putting the powder down. They're treating their home because the same thing you use for for bed bugs, you use for fleas and roaches and ants and centipedes and silverfish. You use the same. It's the same thing. It's going to kill out everything. Spiders. Okay, basically can extract the saliva out of the bite wound so you don't feel itchy. It works immediately. Yeah, I've used calamine lotion when I was getting bit. What I can say is that these solutions and things that may have worked a certain way on us, everything don't the effect is not the same on everybody. So I mean, just giving somebody that advice to say, well, you can try calamine lotion, you can try aloe vera. We all may have a different type of reaction. It may work quick for some, it may not work at all for some, or it might do so. But I did use calamine lotion, and I itched. I still itched and itched and itched. It didn't help my itch at all. I didn't use aloe vera because I didn't know about the aloe vera at the time. It was over time. I just stopped, itching. I used the cortisone that they gave me from the hospital. I I just itched and itched. I kept showering, kept putting on. It was some type of what? It was a medicated ointment or something I was using. It wasn't hydrocortisone, but eventually the itch went away. It took a while. So I still have some of the marks on me from scratching. That's another thing. The marks don't always go away. The marks don't always go away. They will heal, but sometimes they'll leave a scar. And for those who get bit up very badly, definitely know that those all the scars may not go away. Like my friend leg is scarred for life. That leg is scarred because that person didn't believe they had bed bugs. Number one, number two, they didn't think that because that was that little bug that they can do that much damage. Came to find out, yep, them little bugs, and it was a thousands of them bugs up in there. You hear me? So. Um, Again, about that last family that I was speaking about, not too sure of what kind of bug they have yet, but I'm almost 100% sure it is bed bugs. By the time they find out what it is, hopefully they'll be all died. They'll be been killed. They'll die out because they're still treating as if they do have them. Um, I have a few other people contacted me. People are starting to contact me more and more now. And these are people that I know. People are starting to really contact me more and more now because people are starting to take this serious because it is. It really is. And the good thing is when I first did that video, and now my channel has grown and grown and grown, I don't have to do with so much work. I don't have to do a whole lot. I just direct them to places and they go, they do what they're supposed to do, and it's done. It's done. It's not like I have people calling me all day long, asking me the same questions over and over. They don't have to. They don't have to. The first initial conversation is very thorough. For you to do what you're supposed to do, don't come back and tell me something don't work and you didn't even try it. You just exhausted, you frustrated, and you just got the stuff and you sat down and ain't do nothing with it. Now you're saying it didn't work. A lot of people do that too. But thankfully and prayerfully, these people, they on their job. They on their P's and Q's because they not doing it for me. They're doing it for themselves. But I'm just happy that they are purchasing the product. I'm happy about that, but not just because of that, but because I am helping people get rid of the bugs. Before I even created the ebooks, before I even started charging for anything, everything was free of charge. Everything. I had over 100 videos. I've taken most of my videos down. Yes, I have, because I'm about to create a course. And the course is going to be video. It's going to be a video format. I am a visual person. I can read. I can read a book, and I can read and read and read until I get the understanding of what I'm supposed to be doing. But I'm more hands-on. I like to physically see a person talking, and if possible, demonstrating. I don't always need a demonstration, certain things, but I just like that physicalness. So that's why I created a bunch of videos. And then some of you on YouTube, a lot of the questions that you asked me, I knew other people would have those questions as well. So I've created videos out of just simple questions. And it's turned into something way bigger than I ever thought it was. I never thought that I would be sitting doing consultations about bugs. I mean bugs is just, I mean, I ain't gonna say bugs is anybody's thing, but they definitely not mine. I don't want nothing to do with any kind of bug. I don't care what it is. I see a bug now and I'm going to get bug spray. I'm not stepping on the bug, I'm not killing the bug with my shoe. By the time I get the spray, if it's gone, then it's gone. I'm gonna look around, try my best to find it, but I keep bug spray everywhere because if I see a bug, he's not getting away. I don't care what kind of bug it is. I'm scared of bugs. And I really do believe from the bottom of my heart that God chose me to do this because the fear that I have had of bugs, I'm a lot better now since I've been doing this since 21. The fear that I've had of bugs has changed now. I'm still in fear of bugs because they're just creepy looking. And my fear is different. I can actually kill a spider now. I can actually, if I kill it, if it's small enough, I can pick it up with tissue and toss it. This place I live in, guys, has so many spiders, and I'm sure a lot of us, our houses have certain bugs. But these are some big spiders. I mean, like, I just wonder, where are they hiding? How many years have they been eating whatever they're eating? Because they're too big. I've made a video about that granddaddy long leg I seen that I've never know a daggone spider, a typical house spider can grow that big. I mean, from seeing Granddaddy Longlegs, and you see that little teeny dot, look like a period at the end of a sentence. All these little teeny long legs, that's creepy enough. Seeing all these legs, and their little circle, or a little ball in the middle. Now imagine you see a circle, and the dang on legs is about this long. You could think I'm exaggerating if you want to. I wish I had the courage enough to even thought about to take a picture. I mean, to take a video. I don't think I would ever been able to do that. If I see another one, I'm still not doing a video. I can't look at them that long. But when I tell you, this was like the grandfather of the damn prehistoric of the dinosaurs or whatever you want to call it. This daggone spider was like, it was too big to be a granddaddy long leg. When my granddaughter saw that spider and ran out the bathroom, and she had just walked out, she got out the shower, she came flying out the bathroom. I knew she seen a bug. I thought she seen a centipede. She didn't know what it was because it was so big. Everybody know what a granddaddy long leg looked like over here in these parts where I'm from. But she didn't even know it was one of them because it was just that big. And now, I'm wondering, where in the heck did it come from? Is there more? Am I going to get surprised again? Um, the middle part of that body, like that little teeny circle, that circle was like about like this. It was big. That circle was big. The legs were long. I mean, you go in there and look at the wall and see how long it looked like, a little design on the wall. It was big. I didn't know what to do, so my mind is thinking like, don't run out the bathroom. Don't run out the bathroom. Now he couldn't have got away that fast. He was too big to get anywhere to hide or anything. He was too big. Wherever he went, it was going to take him some time to get there, and I was going to see because it was just big. But I had the bug spray. Do you know? In order to get that thing down, I had to spray half a can of roach spray. I had to spray a half a can of Raid on that thing. It just kept the layers. It would not stop. It took it a while to fall off the wall, and I'm like, what kind of bug is this? Really, granddaddy long leg? You spray with Raid, something fall, and they turn right up on their back. This thing was still on the wall, and it was like moving like this. The legs like stuck to the wall. It was in an out position, like lifting itself up high. First, it was just the legs was long and stretched out. Then it was like it was up like this, and I'm like, wait a minute, is he going into battle mode? What the hell is going on? And I'm serious. I'm not joking. So I'm looking at my granddaughter right on my back, and she touched me. I almost took her head off, telling her to step back. It's a spider in here. You know I'm scared. Do not touch me. Don't get on my back because something's going to happen to you. I'm going to end up spraying you, or I'm going to end up elbowing you or something. So she she ran back, ran out the room, and I'm scared to leave the bathroom, but I'm scared to look at it. I'm doing like this, and I'm trying to spray. But again, it took a half a can of spray to kill that thing. Now it's dead. You know, when they die, they shrink up. I couldn't pick that bug up because I remember it was just too big. I wasn't picking it up. in the circle part, and it just looked like it started kind of like evaporating. So I had called someone, said, "Can you please come and pick this bug up?" I said, "Don't throw it in my trash can. If you want to throw it in the toilet, you throw it in the toilet. Just use tissue. But if not, take it outside to the trash can. Do not put it in my house, in my trash." So that was the ordeal with that granddaddy long leg. And then I just recently, I have twin granddaughters. So the other one, she seen another big spider in my bathroom. Nope, it was not a granddaddy long leg, but it was big and it looked almost like a granddaddy long leg, but it wasn't. I again sprayed this bug. This bug, it was like it was doing some type of rain dance or something. It'll be on the wall. It's on the wall like this. Next thing you know, all the legs go straight like this, and then in the middle part go like in a curve. Then it's back up like this. Then it go the leg. It was just kept doing all different kinds of things, and I'm looking at this bug. I'm like, Jesus, what is going on with these spiders? I mean, it's like it was doing some type of damn ritual. And I'm saying, when is this thing gonna die? So I called the person at my roommate. I was like, "Could you please come and get this spider?" I said, "I've been in here for the longest time, spraying this thing, trying to kill it, and it won't die." No sooner than he come in the bathroom and go up there to try to get it, the dang spider jumped the thing off the wall and went behind my bathroom mirror. I was like, "No, no." Get it. You got to get it. Take the mirror off. I don't care if it don't go back on the thing. He took it off, and the daggone spider was still alive. So he took tissue and he squeezed it. I told him I don't care if it's dead or not. Just wait outside. Go to the trash can. Don't put it nowhere near where I'm at. Take it. I said this bug right here. I don't even know if it's dead. He said it's dead now. And I squeezed. I see the blood. It had. I don't know what color that bug was. And here I am. Man, oh my gosh. I have no idea how scared I am of bugs. But it's like I'm having these encounters with spiders. And spiders is like my worst bug. And I went from bed bug to spiders. But this is how I am. This is how it is with bugs. Okay. That was a rant. Back to the subject. The three families, well, it was four, but the three families that I've helped, one of them I really believe that family is definitely bed bug free. The other two, one is almost done, and the third, we trying to find out if it's actually bed bugs or not. I am convinced that it is because I've seen the bites. They let me see the bites. I did a Zoom chat with them as well. Excuse me. Even though they know people that I know, I'm just trying to keep everything professional. I don't want nobody's, don't personal numbers and things like that because I don't want calls at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'd be like, tell them, please don't ring my phone. They'd be like, no, I would never call you this time of morning. My phone ring at 5 o'clock in the morning because they scared to death. So I stay professional with it. But from the bites that I see, everything that they're telling me about the itching and the way they're acting, it's only one bug I know of for now that make people act like the way that they're acting, and that's a bed bug bite. So I told them, we're not going to call it bed bugs. We're not going to say anything. I need y'all to pay attention. As long as you got the powder and stuff down, you're going to see dead bugs or whatever it is. If it's enough of them, you're going to see dead bugs. And you're going to see eggs if it's bed bugs. So this just started. This is something that's just been going on for a few days. So I'm waiting for them to let me know, their results of what they come up with. But they will be rid of these bugs in no time. Okay. So now if anybody had any questions or have, you can ask them now. And one of the things, guys, I'd be trying to do, and I'm going to get better with it, I try to come on and say exactly what I need to say because once I start reading the comments, I'm all over the place like I was on this video. I hope everybody get the gist of it, those of you that's here, and those of you that's going to come and watch it later. I hope you get the gist of it, but I'm going to start making it a point not to look at the comments while I'm telling the stories. And then afterwards, I can go back, or if the people are still here that left comments, can Repeat the comments. And not saying don't put your comments in the comment. By all means, put them there. But if I don't say anything or read them, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I want to stay on track with what I came to create the video for. And after that, then by all means, ask anything you would like to ask, as long as it's respectful. So again, anybody, is there anybody here who have any questions or just would like have something you would like to say about bed bugs? Okay, let me see. You say it's called the bed bug bite thing. It's another thing besides calamine. You should Google it. Bug bite thing. I found it at Walmart. Thank you, Coco. Hit the like button for this good info. I appreciate it. Thank you. Also, for those of us who may have encountered bed bugs, this myth that's still going around about if you ever get bed bugs, your house is dirty. One thing I would say, it doesn't take anybody to tell us that whether our house is dirty or clean. We already know that. If we keep a dirty house, we know our house dirty. If we keep a clean house, we know our house clean. If it's in between, we know it's in between. It don't take somebody to come and tell us how we live in. And irregardless, if you keep a dirty house, if you keep a clean house, or in between, they're not after that. They're not after that. And if your house dirty and you got bed bugs, you going to keep the bed bugs because you got a dirty house? Or you want to get rid of the bed bugs? Because they're not there for dirt anyway. They're not. Not saying that you should keep a dirty house. I mean, for me, I would say I can't live in filth. I can't live in filth, but some people can. Some people can, and I'm not going to anybody's house. If I know bed bugs in your house, I'm not coming in there anyway. I'm not exterminating, and I'm not proclaiming to be one, and I'm never going to be one. My position. I will do consulting. I'm in the process of getting my certification for being a consultant, a bug consultant, because what I do don't only kill bed bugs, it kills bugs. But I would not worry about what people say. If your house is dirty, why would a person worry about it anyway? No matter how your house look, put it that way. Whatever your house look like, why would you worry about it? It's your house, and that's how you keep it. Everybody have company. A lot of people, if your house is clean and dirty, somebody coming in there. It's gonna be family, it's gonna be friends, it'll be friends or whoever. And guaranteed when they leave, they're gonna say something anyway. They're gonna go tell people anyway. If it's something in your house that's beautiful and good that they like, they're gonna tell somebody. If it's something in your house that's broken or whatever, they're gonna tell somebody. If your house is not clean or whatever, they're gonna tell somebody. It doesn't matter, it's gonna be told anyway. So I would not let the fact that what people say stop me from talking about this, especially if you go in somebody's house and you get bit and you don't say nothing to the people, like something bit me. I was sitting on your couch, something bit you, because you in the fear that the person gonna cuss you out, or they gonna say that you brought them to their house. Because I that happens a lot. You can go somewhere and you can pick them up, and you can know that you picked them up because while you're there, you feel the bite. At that time, you might not know what that bite was, but later, you come to realize that that bite had gotten bigger or whatever. Then you realize it's bed bugs, and you tell that person. They'll probably tell people that you brought bed bugs to their house and know that they had them the whole time. I don't know how these bugs got to that point where you can have a spider in your house. Don't nobody think your house dirty. You can have roaches in your house. Ain't nobody gonna say your house dirty because you got roaches. Now, people may say that to some people, but they say that because the house is really dirty. That's why they'll say the house is dirty, you got roaches, because they've been in there and they know the house is not a clean house. But nobody, it's only the bed bugs that people seem to act crazy about with saying, you got bed bugs, your house dirty. You got ants in there. You got centipedes. You got all these little crawling bugs. But only a bed bug may mean your house dirty. I just try sometimes to tell people to make it make sense. They're attracted to dirt. What bug do anybody know that's attracted to dirt? Now I knew bugs are attracted to clutter, but they only attracted to clutter because it's a hiding space. It's a hiding place. It's not because they just like somebody's house to have a lot of stuff in it. They just like it's a hiding space. Bed bugs don't even walk across the carpet. Very seldom you're gonna see them anyway. They if they walk and they always try to stay along the line of something like the edge of the wall, the edge of the ceiling. If you actually see them walking out in the middle of something, it's for a reason. Because they're not bugs that want to be seen. They want to be here. They only want to come out to feed, and then go produce. That's it. That's their lifestyle. That's how they live. They're not a bug that you're gonna just see with the naked eye all the time. Excuse me. And when you do, they so tiny. Like their life cycle, they have 5 cycles. When they first hatch, they like clear. You could barely see them when they first hatched. They like clear and see through. But the eggs are white. Sometimes they like a white white. Sometimes they like a clear white. I'm trying to think of something that may be that color. Uh, Something like Vaseline, but not caked up, like a thin layer of Vaseline. If you coat it on something, you probably can see it clear, kind of clearly like through it. It might have that like little yellowish color, or it might be clear, or it might be white. But when they're first born, they're more likely to be like a clear color. They grow fast. They grow very fast. They multiply very, very, very quickly. Reiterating on my friend, was that this phone that made that noise? Reiterating on my friend, hey Popsy, how are you? Yeah, long time no see. Reiterating on my friend that had the case of bed bugs, it got so it was terrible. It was terrible. I mean, it was terrible. When you buying things like from any store, it don't have to be a thrift store or anything like that, like any kind of store, you need to inspect. Thrift stores mainly get have bed bugs because a lot of people donate. People can donate brand new stuff, and people do donate brand new things to these thrift stores. Some of these people know that they have these bugs, and some of them don't. Okay, friend of mine went and bought a brand new mattress set, a brand new bed set. He got the bed home, and so I bought a brand new set. I bought this, I bought that. I should take the mattress out of the plastic. No, I don't want to take the mattress out of the plastic because I want to keep the mattress new long. I wanted to stay new long. I don't want to just lay on it. I said, well, you bought it to lay on. And if you lay on it, we put the sheet on it, the plastic, every time you turn around, you're going to be tucking the sheet because it's going to keep coming off. And I kept saying stuff about, like, why are you worried about me taking the sheet off? I said, you really want me to tell you why I want you to do that? Because bed bugs. I said, you need to take that plastic off and just inspect it and make sure it's nothing there. Look down in that, the headboard and stuff. Look down, not in the headboard, but the frame. I said, take everything, as much as you can get off of it. Just look at it. Just take a peek at it. And say, okay, well, if it make you happy, I'll do it. Never did it. That was back in February of this year. February. Yeah. So, September. September, I get a picture of a fingerprint like this. It was blood. And I was like, what is this? I don't know, it was some kind of bug, and I smashed it. And I didn't say anything. I was just quiet, like, what's going on? And I said, nothing. He said, well, my sister told me it's bed bugs. I said, your sister is right. He said, you always talking about these bugs. You always talking about these bugs. I said, now you got them. I said, let's cut the plastic off. And I'm kind of moving a little quick. I can't go word for word. It's a long story. So let's cut the plastic off the mattress. Let's flip that mattress over and let's see what you got. Now you're talking about somebody nervous now. very nervous, but not scared, just nervous because now I could have been laying in the bed with all these bugs. Not me, the person. I could have been laying in the bed with all these bugs. No, you could have been. You have been. But come on, just cut it off. Cut it off and push it over to this wall. What do you see? Bugs. All the little black dots and all the little brown spots and the bugs just moving, walking back and forth. Mind you, nobody knows how long they were in that mattress and bed before he even bought it from that store. But he had the bed from February all the way to September. They were still breeding. They've been breeding and breeding and breeding. Who blood they've been sucking on? He is. He slept in that bed every night. Now, getting hysterical. I said, don't even try it. Don't go there. I've been trying to tell you. I said, now what we're gonna do? We're gonna get rid of them. I said, don't mess with them. Leave them alone. Do you have alcohol? No alcohol. I said, I've never known anybody who don't have no alcohol in the house, but okay. Leave them alone because you're going to make them start running different places. Let them just stay on the bed. Don't do nothing. Let you go get the stuff. And I'm going to tell you what to do. Once started applying the things, they started coming out more and more. They just started coming out more and more. Next thing you know, the whole top of the headboard, the whole top, it's material. All these bugs in every loop. They just, I mean, everywhere. I'm sitting like this. I said, I can't do this. Okay, we got to talk with the camera off. I already see what you got. Now we got to do this another way. No, please, I need your help. He said, but I'm not getting bit. I'm not getting, oh, you're getting bit. You and your cousin, y'all live there, y'all getting bit. I said, now they not only in your bedroom, they're in your living room too. And in your furniture. They not out there. I said, they're out there because y'all take cover from one place to the next. 2 days later, he said, they out there. Won't listen to nothing I say. Would not listen to anything. I'm like, when you're ready to listen, call me. Don't talk to me no more about these bugs. Let them eat y'all asses alive. Don't tell me nothing else about these bugs until you're ready to listen, because you're getting on my nerve, and I don't want to keep talking and looking at all these bugs in your house. If you're comfortable with it, then live with it. He was cool until the bites started affecting him. Once the bites started affecting him, he lost his mind. This is the person whose leg is messed up. His leg is messed up. They bit him all over the place. I've never known them to bite people on their private part. Not saying it don't happen, but him, they did. They tore him up. He gave them time to feast on him. Because number one, now I told you about what's going on, and you're still sleeping in that bed. Yeah, they've been being, I've already said that. I told him, don't let anybody in your house, no company, don't go anywhere, don't go to no parties, don't go to no nothing. But yeah, they had the spread, because before I even knew that he smashed that one with his finger, people was coming in that house anyway, company. So yeah. Yep, and I said you need to let these people know. And of course, nobody's going to tell somebody they got bed bugs. Everybody too ashamed to say it. Now, what I can say, since he's gotten rid of them, it has been no more traces of any bug. And he ended up having a termite issue too, that the powder ended up taking care of the termite issue that he didn't even know he had. So after everything was over with, and I'm stopping it here because basically once the powder and stuff go down and you start treating, your problem is going to be solved soon anyway. I don't care how many you have. As long as you do the process, you're going to get rid of them. He was laying his head on his couch, like his ear was on the couch, like he listened to something. I said, would your couch talk to you? What is going on? He said, no. He said, but I be hearing something making this funny noise. I said, termites. I said, well, damn. I said, you done bought bed bugs in your house, the furniture store, but bed bugs, now you got termites in the furniture too, huh? And he said, what's termites? I said, what you hear? I said, it's eating up that daggone wood. I said, and if you didn't treat it, you could go sit on there and fall right on the floor. I said that if they get a hold of it and eat it enough, it's going to be sawdust. I said, you're going to sit down and you're going to see sawdust. He said, what do you mean by sawdust? I said, it looked like it's powder, but it's the same color as the wood. It looked like powder. We call it sawdust. He said, I do be sitting under the couch on the floor. I said, you know what? You need to just take your furniture apart and see what's going on. He said, but I don't be hearing it no more now. He said, that's what I was listening for. He said, but ever since you told me to put the stuff down or whatever, I don't hear it anymore. He said, and when I look at the couch and look at the floor, I don't see the stuff down there anymore. I said, okay, well, it killed them out too. I said, but that's what it was. It was termites. I said, did you ever see any little bugs? They look like little black ants, but they got wings. And he said, yeah. I said, well, those are termites. He said, and they got these little things at the root of their mouth that go open and close. I said, okay. I said, that's what they biting on the wood with, I guess. I said, but okay. So I said, you done got termites and bed bugs from the furniture store. I said, did you tell anybody don't buy any furniture from that store? Did you call the furniture store anonymously if you had to and tell them they have bugs in their furniture store? Because people still buying furniture from that store. And he said, no. I said, okay. I said, well, whenever you buy something from now on, just make sure you check it because we have to have things. And sometimes it's almost impossible. You can be in a Uber car, anywhere you can get these bugs from anywhere. So it's not even about living a life of panic. Like everywhere you see, everywhere you go, bed bugs may be there. Bed bugs may be there. But I can say once you encounter bed bugs, every time you get bit, you're gonna think it's a bed bug. I don't care what anybody says. Every little thing, when you start itching or something, you're gonna keep looking at it, and then you're looking around. It's a natural thing because bed bugs they will tear. Oh my God, they will turn your life upside down. Those stores haul away the old mattresses. The truck is probably infested with. Yeah, yeah, but I mean, a lot of people who donate, they donate infested things, and what you're saying about the trucks is true because a lot of the furniture and stuff that come into these furniture stores, they are imported from somewhere. This furniture is not being made at the store that's selling them. They getting the furniture from somewhere and they're selling it for a higher price. They ordering it from somewhere for cheaper, like we all basically do when we sell something. If we buy something already, made. So that's how they travel through the airplanes and things. Just like those new lantern bugs that's here now. I think they said the lantern bugs came from Asia and like saying if you see the bug, just kill them. They're not any harm to us, but they're harm to the environment. And I've started seeing the lantern bugs. One was out front. My granddaughter killed just recently, and my son said they're everywhere. They are a lot of places. I guess they're probably not. They're dying out now because it's getting cold. But every time you turn around, we have something coming from somewhere. There was an incident of a spider. The spider was red and white, and it was found at one of the restaurants that people frequent often. I can't remember the name, but the spider bit the person. The person died from it. The person died from it. Yep. Thank you, Coco, for welcoming everyone in. So, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on with everything. But the least the people would think it would be a bug, but the bed bugs is in that category. Do anybody here know? I don't know if you who's here that comes to my live frequently, but what was bed bugs called before bed bugs? What was the name of those bed bugs before? Before they were given the name bed bugs, what were they called first? They still call demons. I think we still call them demons. I'll wait a few seconds or a few minutes to see, maybe a minute or two, to see if anybody come up with, yeah. Of course, Coco, everybody agree with it. They are demons. They're definitely demon bugs. I use that term right now. They're definitely demons. And that's the spawn, Satan, the spawn of Lucifer. Okay, do anybody know where bed bugs originated? Hello, Salink. You're back again. How are you? Okay, so do anybody know where bed bugs originated from, like where they came from? Okay, well, the name of the bed bug before they were called bed bugs, they were called bat bugs. And why they were called bat bugs? Because they originated from bats. They were found in the caves. They used to feed on bats, so they were called bat bugs. Sometime in whatever year, could have been the AD to BC days, when I guess humans started inhabiting the caves or however coming out, the bed bugs got used to human blood, and they seem like they prefer human blood more. But of course, they brought bugs out with them into the world, and then they started spreading. So they changed the name from from bat bugs to bed bugs, and that's what they're called right now today. Back in the 1950s, this was one of the biggest outbreaks, not the only one, but one of the biggest outbreaks of bed bugs in the 1950s. And now we're going through that again. We're going through that another big outbreak of bed bugs again. And now, um, a lot of the like King Tut had an issue with bed bugs. Cleopatra, a lot of these people from way back, excuse me, a lot of these folks from way back had issues with bed bugs. Even the biblical days, they've been around as long as just about as long as the world. So, and the impact, I mean, whew, sometimes I bet they used diatomaceous earth too. I'm almost 100% sure that they did. It might not have been called diatomaceous earth at the time, but I believe you're absolutely right, because this stuff, diatomaceous earth is comes from something called diatoms. Diatoms, they all in the bottom of the ocean. They're in the bottom of the ocean. They these little white things. They're the same color as the diatomaceous earth, and that's what they use. They break it down into a powder, and it has something called silica in it. And the silica is what I believe that they say it's not. That one minute they say it's good for us, the next minute they say it's bad. But I believe it's the silica that dehydrates them and just dehydrate them. Because you could see a bug and go over there and call yourself going to get it and touch it, it turn completely into powder. Because diatomaceous, it dehydrates them and dry them completely out. Excuse me. I hope you get much subs and likes. Thank you, Celine. Um, what I could say, the bulk of my videos never get a lot of likes. I can get a ton of views, and most of my views on my lives come after. They come after the live, sometime after, like days and days and days, and they just go up and up. The likes, for some reason, I don't know if people forget to like or people just say I'm not going to do it. But I thank you. I hope so too. I hope so too, because the more people engage and the more people like, the more YouTube spreads it out. The less people who have bugs, the less possibility and chances we have to worry about getting them. The more people know about the bugs, the more that we can protect our homes and things. So, I mean, I come here, I'm trying to come more and more to talk about, sometimes I talk about the same thing, sometimes I talk about different things, and it's always going to end up with a bed bug conversation, because it needs to be talked about. It really needs to be talked about. You're one of the best bed bug educators on YouTube. Thank you so much, Cheryl. And it took a lot of it took a lot of research to learn what I've learned about the bugs, and I did it because of what I went through. when I went through what I went through, and I actually thought I was going to end up in a mental institution. I really did. Once my nerves got calmed down, where I just kept keep looking around, and everything I little thing I think I see, I'm thinking I see a bug. I had my flashlight, couldn't sleep. Once I got past all that paranoia, it's like I was sitting in my room one day, and one night I was asleep. It was a few different occasions where I know God put it in my mind. He put it on my heart, said, create that video. I even sat down one time and was talking. I was like, no, no, I'm not going online to create this video. Not because I care about what people think, because I don't, but because I don't feel like going through all the foolishness that people will start acting crazy and foolish and saying, dumb stuff. He kept putting it on my heart. It was just like it was bothering me. Like, make the video. And I just said, okay, I'm going to create this one video, and that's it. I'm creating that one video. When I did it, I left YouTube. I left. I didn't go back on, and then I started getting, maybe a month later, I don't know. I started getting all of these email messages. It was like comments from YouTube, and I'm like, what is going on? Why I keep getting all these comments from YouTube? Because I was a mukbanger at first. I started YouTube to come in to make money. It's been a mukbanger. I got a lot of views on videos because I was in some type of watch group. So I'm like trying to figure out, and that was the last thing I had in my mind, that some people was watching that bedbug video. I'm like, I know they're not watching my mukbang videos now. To be a mukbanger, you have to have a lot of food. I wasn't buying all that food, and I wasn't eating all that food. I just talked and ate, and it didn't work well because mukbanging is about quantity. It's about, people like to see a lot of food, whether you eat it or not. They just something about them seeing all that food. So when I walked away from YouTube after I made that video and I started getting all the messages, when I went and looked, it was over 20,000 views on that video, and I'm looking and I'm like, Lord, please don't tell me this is what I have to do. This is what you want me to do. And then I started thanking Him for the knowledge and for everything, because you would think I went to school. You would actually think I went to a university and got educated on these bugs. That's just how much He put in me to find out everything I needed to know about how to get rid of these bugs. Not what the schools told you, not what the pest control people told you, but from personal experience. I believe I encountered bed bugs because He made me encounter them, so I can do exactly what I'm doing right now. I can relate. I have, is that sarcoidosis? And my reactions to the bites are 10 times no. Okay. I listened to you about streaming. And DE, thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I'm so happy that you took things into your hand, because I can give the information, but you all have to do the legwork. So I'm happy that everything worked out for you, and that whatever I have done to help, I'm happy to have helped. $300 for a giant lobster. Oh yeah, for mukbanging. Yeah, like B Love's Life. Yep. What's your favorite animal? I'm not really a pet person. But I've had a dog. We've had a dog before. You're helping a lot of people. And yeah, that's the intention. When I tell you I've helped thousands of people get rid of bed bugs, I am so proud to say that. Thousands of people. I have so many testimonials and success stories. And I ask some of the people, because when I make my success story videos, I don't let people see nobody's name or who these people are, anything. But I'm asking people that when I get this to a point where I create a website and I turn this into a business, would they mind if I put that comment out? And most of the people said no. But I don't think I would go back to the older people. As I'm getting comments, I'll ask people right then and there that I think I would want to use their story. I'm trying to get as much people to stop being so afraid of saying I had bed bugs or I have bed bugs. I had them too. I had them twice. I had them 2 times. So, and I'm not ashamed of it, because number one, I didn't go out looking for the bed bugs. Number two, I did not welcome them to my home. But number three, I got them out of here, and I'm letting other people know how to get them out of their house too. I was doing everything for free. Everything was free of charge. This has been since 2021 till recently. I've created ebooks. Now I have ebooks. Um, I have a lot of different things going on now because at this point in my life now, I have to turn this into a business. I've done all that I can do. And well, I've done all that I'm going to do with, and the people who have the knowledge that got the experience, got whatever they got from the videos, they'll have that for the rest of their life. They can just help people, help people get rid of them, help their loved ones and things, and keep their home safe. But I just created quicker ways to do it. A lot of times people didn't want to watch the videos. My very first video was about my bed bug story and how I got rid of them. And people would comment to me and say, why couldn't you just get to the point? Why I had to take you 40 minutes to say all that you could have said in like 5? And sometimes I respond back. I try not to be negative, but I would say, well, how long did it take you to write this comment? I said, do you know that if you didn't want to watch it, you didn't have to? Also, did you read where it said my bed bug story? When you say story, you don't know how long the story is going to be. And then some people come back and apologize for being rude, and some of them don't. But that video now has, I guess it's probably close to 600,000 views now. That's still the most popular video out of all the videos I made. I have some other popular ones too, but that's still the most popular one. Thank you so much. Thank you. May God bless you as well. Wealthy. Yes, Wealthy World Travelers Get Bed Bugs. I have a traveler kit. And I also, I never know who really here watching. For some reason, it'd be more people, I believe, in the room than what I see, the number up there. But it's been quite a few people because I'm actually promoting my ebooks and things now. So it's been quite a bit of people buying them. And the Traveler's Kit is the most popular thing that's selling, the Traveler's Kit. So 5-star hotels. Someone told me a story about someone that they know. They didn't tell me a full story, but they told me about someone they know who only stay at 5-star hotels, only. Okay, so Link, I don't know that's a long word. I have no idea what that say. They're linked in most of my videos, especially the lives. But when I get finished with this live, I put all the links to my ebooks. I even have a free planner, a free tracker. It's like a bed bug tracker. I have a free tracker that people can download, and then I have my ebooks. But I'll put it in the comment section. Not the comment section, but the description of this live. But any of the lives, all of them should have it. At least one, if not all of them. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. So I've had one young lady came to me and she said, she said, man, I wish you could just put all of them down for one price. She said, because this is expensive. And I'm looking at her. I said, how much does it cost for pest control people to come out? I said, and when they come out, are you clear? Or do you have to call them and pay them again? And I said, please respond. Please respond. I said, now this is 5 or 6 ebooks. And it's not even $200. But you don't have to buy them all. But no, I will not change the price. The information that you're getting, you're going to get rid of the bugs. If you don't, it's because you did not do it, what it said to do. This has been proven too much. I didn't create ebooks right after I started going live talking about bed bugs on YouTube. This has been some years later, from 2021 to now. Already thousands of people have gotten rid of them. I have the testimonies right here on YouTube to prove it. These are things these people wrote. I have one or two testimonial videos that just people just saying thank you. And I keep saying that I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do another one. And that was all the appreciation that I needed. Just knowing that these people got rid of them. I already know what it's like to get bit. And I can't say that a person's bite going to feel like my bite did, but if it felt anything like it, that was enough for me. And like I said, God, that was his choice for me. He chose me to do this. So that's why I do it. And I still do it. And this is not the only platform that I do it on because people need help everywhere. Everybody don't come to YouTube. People go to TikTok, they go to Instagram, they go to wherever. But this is the main platform, my main platform. I haven't even done a live on TikTok yet. And I don't know when I'm going to do one, but I talk about it. I wouldn't wish a bite on any. No, no, no. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't even. Not on. Ooh. Thank you, Selink. I've always tried anything I do. I always try to be 100% detailed about anything, not just bugs. Anything that I do, because when I'm talking to people or I'm getting information, I like people to tell me everything I need to know. Be thorough. I don't like people doing things in part. And this is what I've been given all my life. I've paid for so many different online courses to do online businesses. Everything, even the ones where I paid $1,000 or more, or $400 or $200 or $20, it was all in part. It was enough to get you to purchase it, but then once you get into it, all the information was not there. Then you contact the people and say, wait a minute, something missing. Where's the part about this? Then they'll say, well, I can't hold your hand and walk you through the whole process. You got to do some of the work yourself. I'm like, no. You do have to hold my hand. You're giving me the information. You don't have to sit right beside me, but you'll hold my hand through your product. And it's been happening for years. And I always promise myself, if I ever did any type of product or creating of anything, I'm giving everything. I'm not leaving anything out trying to make people keep paying me over and over and over and over. No, once you pay, that's what you get. And the only way it's not going to work is if you don't do it. If you don't work it, it's not going to work. But it won't be because I didn't give you everything you needed to get that issue taken care of. Great live. Headed out. Everyone, thanks for stopping by. Please consider subscribing, getting the ebook, and hit the like button. Thank you, Coco. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in and being my moderator. Thank you for being my moderator. I appreciate you so much. I have to go by. Have a beautiful day ahead. All right, Selink, you have a blessed rest of your day. You too, Coco. And please make a video about getting other people in the house on board with bedbug protocol. That's a good idea, Cheryl. No, I don't have bed bugs. I had them before, but no, I don't have them anymore. I've been rid of them for a very long time. What I do now is help people get rid of them. I may need to write that down. I'm going to end the live too. I'm always here now way longer. I've been thinking I'm going to come and be on here for like 30 minutes, 20 or 30 minutes, and then I'll be on here like a whole hour. But I'm going to look at what you said. Please make a video about getting other people in the house on board with. I think I did. I think I had one young lady who husband or boyfriend was giving her a really, really hard time. And I created a video about him being understanding to her. But I can do a live on that as well because that was some months ago when I did it. But I'll make a video about it, about people being understanding to the fact that if they're not sensitive to the bites or whatever, those who are, you need to be a little more sensitive to their situation. What state are you in? I'm in the DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia area. I would say, okay. Comment, Cheryl, comment on any of my videos. Just comment on something so I can get the comment. I'm going to send you the link to that particular video. I'm going to find it. I'm going to go find that video and I'll send you the link to it so you can show your husband. Okay, you're in Rockville, Maryland. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm from DC, but I live in Maryland. Yeah, I'll definitely send you that video because I made it for a young lady who her boyfriend was not understanding to her at all. So I made it for her to show him. Okay, because they're bad here in Texas as well. I'm in healthcare and see a lot. Yeah, yep. And the thing is, they are bad everywhere. I mean, everywhere. It's not too many places where they're not now. And I always tell people, if you have never came across them, just consider yourself very fortunate because they're showing up everywhere, everywhere. And the reason being is because how they spread. You go as soon as you go sit down somewhere, they get right on you, and they do not come off until you still. As long as you move and they latch on, as soon as you sit somewhere and get still, they will come. They walk right off. Yeah, yeah. That's why I created the travel kit. That's why I created the travel kit. And I don't when I the travel kit, I don't ship out any materials. I don't ship out any products. In the travel kit, it tells you exactly what to do, how to do it, and the products and the links to get the products that you need. Excuse me. With the travel kit, it'll keep the room protected for up to 2 weeks. And so that's something. One thing about hotel rooms, a lot of people scared to look at the mattresses, and not because of bed bugs, because of what they're going to see when they lift that sheet back. A lot of times these beds are not new. They're not new beds, and when you pull it back, you don't know what kind of stains you're going to see from people urinating, from whatever. You don't know what you're going to see under these sheets. So a lot of people scared to lift the sheets back because they don't want to see. Then some people take their own sheets. Some people do take the sheets, and I know a lot of hotels now, because some things was happening before, or just about what I was saying. So now they cover the beds with a mattress a cover. A lot of them cover the mattress with a mattress cover. I worked at a hotel facility that had them. We heat treated several times. If it didn't work, we relocated those clients. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times they don't. Not right away. Every time, soon as somebody leave, all that stuff need to be washed and cleaned. Everything. Everything. But the hotel chains, eventually, where I'm trying to start first is with the housing authority, with Section 8 housing authority. This is what I'm trying to start with first, and I might try to start it here in the DMV area. Once my certification is complete, that's what I'm going to start. And I don't even think I need a certification to actually to do what I'm doing, because I'm not administering any products. I'm just giving advice on what worked for me. But I just want to be certified before I go out here messing with these organizations. And then I have a lot of testimonials behind me to back up my story. I have this YouTube channel to back up my story. I don't even have to give them the testimonials. I can tell them where to go to get it from off of the channels. So, do you do speaking engagements? No, but I'm always asked that. I'm always asked that. If I'm not asked, am I a motivational speaker? Then I'm asked, am I a counselor? If not that, then somebody ask me, am I military? Am I a military person or law official? Those are the four things everybody say. They said you had to be in the military. You have to be law enforcement. You have to be a spokesperson, or the other one, a counselor. You have a church ministry. Okay. Okay. What's the name? What's the name of your ministry? Okay. No, no, no. I actually don't mind. You mean talking about doing speaking engagements about bed bugs or just speaking in general? Crown of Gray. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. For seniors for bed bugs. Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that at all. I really wouldn't because seniors have a hard time, and it's new. Okay, okay. So you're not listed yet. What you're saying? Seniors definitely need help because they don't always have people who can go and do the work for them. I was definitely thinking about an outreach. I was definitely thinking about trying to. It's so much I want to do, but because I've never done it before, like I've never had a what do you call it, a nonprofit. I even tried to look into doing nonprofit. I looked on YouTube, but it's so much information to the point where I will actually have to know somebody who can guide me because I'm a hands-on kind of person. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. This is what I want to do. Honestly, God chose me to do this, so that's why I'm so good at it. I'm good at it because it comes natural, from Him to me through Him. That's why everything flows out the way it does, because it's something that He chose for me to do. And I can talk about that in my sleep. I can help anybody get rid of anything. I can do that all in my sleep. In my sleep. And if you would have met me some years ago, you wouldn't have been able to get me to talk about no kind of bug. I had to have a conversation with God first before I came. Is this what you really want me to do? Me? Yep. Yep. I will be here a little longer, but I am going to be relocating in a few years out of the country. I'm going to be relocating out of the country, but I'll be here for a few more years. We have too much going on here. It's too much going on here. Yeah, you can definitely reach out to me. Like I said, comment on one of my videos, and I will. You'll see when you comment on the video. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much going on here. It's too much going on here. Plus, I'm in the process of remarrying. I was married. My husband died in 2015, but I'll be remarrying soon, and he's out of the country. He's not from here. So what I'm trying to do, even assistant living, I'm looking into assistant living too. It's a lot of things I'm trying to do before I actually pack up and go, because I'm going to. I have three sons, and one of my sons or two, or maybe all three. I want them to handle everything, but I want to have it started where it's producing a nice income. Thank you. So yeah, and it's funny. I had some pray. I've been praying about some stuff, and talking to you now is yeah. He always answered the prayers. So it's never been a time that my prayers have never been answered. Yeah, but I definitely wouldn't mind with seniors. I have someone that commented that says she's in a wheelchair, but yeah. Even family, like for the ones who don't have people to go out to help them, through like a church ministry, put together like a team and pay them. Have to pay them, of course, because nobody's going to deal with these bugs for free. Very few people, but now I can say if you're a true child of God and you know that's on assignment, then yeah, they will do it, but most people won't. It has to be like an assignment from God. But Yeah, for the ones who can't do anything, there's quite a few seniors that's around here that are getting ate up. They are getting bit, and it's not they're not here. They're out of state. I'm just going according to a lot of the comments, some of the comments I get. And when the seniors talk, I try to get them to show the comment to somebody that can respond to me, and try to work something out. I used to do giveaways. I used to give away diatomaceous earth. I used to give away steamers, the handheld steamers. I used to try to do quite a bit of things, but people was not coming to the lives. And when they win, I might make a video, say if you want to be in the drawing, put your name. People put their name and not even don't even show up. And I just stopped. I actually stopped doing the lives. I stopped doing everything. Yeah, and me either. I'm not. I am not going into no one's home. I'm sorry. If I know you have them, I will tell you everything that needs to be done, and I will talk to a person about what needs to be done. Um, I work out things for people who can't afford to, who can't afford it. I try my best to work things, work out stuff. But I just started with the ebooks. All this stuff is new. Everything was totally free at first. But for me, I'm getting older. I have to make a living. I have to put money away for as I'm getting older. I'm not young now, and I'm not young at all. So, yeah. And I'm already retired. I came out years ago on disability. I'm retired disability. I've been since 2010. So at this point in my life, I have to build some money up to be able to be comfortable in being retired. So that's my part for doing everything I'm doing for making money, just to have money put aside for me. I'm getting older, and as we all are one day. If God let us live long enough, we're not gonna stay young. We're gonna get older. But seniors and caregivers, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I heard a story about someone taking bed bugs home from a person's home. I heard a story about someone who had a family member living with them, and when the family member moved out, the door was just shut. They never went in there, and I'm like, who would do that? If somebody living in my house and they moved out, soon as they get all that stuff out, I'm going right in there and clean up. It's no way in the world the door gonna stay shut, and I don't know if they got food in there. I don't know what they've been doing in that room the whole time they've been there. I'm going there and clean that room up. I'm flipping mattresses over because I spray my bed with alcohol. I've been doing it for years. I used to work in the hospital. I spray my bed, my mattress and stuff with alcohol. And they went in that room. The bed bugs could have started from the person, but by the time they started getting bit, and the last place they thought to look was that room, when they opened the door it smelled so bad, they said, and their bugs were everywhere. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to use Breath Pine. It's hard to find Breath Pine now, but Breath Pine was my favorite. And I even love the smell of Breath Pine. I used to love that smell. A lot of things they had out from us from growing up to now, as either watered down or they don't even sell it anymore. Another thing I realized too, when you see something and it's like stressing a lot, that it's not good for you, it's good for you. When they stress a lot that something is real bad for you, but when they stress a lot that something that's really good for you, it's bad for you, and vice versa. That's what I'm gathering now because they put too much emphasis on certain things. Uh-uh. The good hospital disinfected, yes. Yeah, a lot of the good products are licensed. You have to be licensed to. And I met someone here that does home cleaning. It's two people, and they left the email address, but neither one of the email addresses did not work. Excuse me. Because I meet all kinds of people here on YouTube, through my lives and through my. I don't do videos anymore. I do all lives now. When I do videos, it's like shorts or something like that. So, but I prefer to do the lives now and interact with people because I have enough videos. Yeah, but that's definitely a good idea. And you said you're into ministry. Are you up and coming pastor, or are you a pastor? Hello, VJ. How are you? I'm from the U.S. No, I'm not a pastor. I'm a. Okay. I never heard of that. Is that a gerontologist? I don't know. Let me see. I've never heard of that. Hmm. Okay. And I come from a family of church people, like pastors and deacons and deaconess and choir members, and the church was family church and everything. But okay, okay, okay. Yep. I was thinking about going back to school to become a advocate. To become an advocate. When I used to ride Metro Access, um, when I was still working, because I've been in 4 car accidents, so I used to advocate for a lot of the seniors on the vans and things. Like a lot of the seniors used to be so angry. Like I guess because of how some of the people from Metro Access would treat them. Once they see one person from Metro Access, they hate them. Like one person did something, but they hate the whole company. And I would try to explain to the drivers it wasn't personal. It's that anybody Metro Access, once they're angry, they're angry. So I started talking to the seniors through the ride. I started helping them to understand that you may have been through something, but not with this person. And I started telling them how to get in touch with people, to how to get in touch with somebody who will listen to their complaint instead of just calling that particular line. I took it upon myself to start digging into Metro Access to find a real complaint number, and started complaining myself for other people. They had me down as a hot client. When you're down as a hot client, they know not to bother you, not to play with you, not to mess with you. So one of the drivers said, you know, you down, you're a hot client. I'm like, what is a hot client? And he told me, I said, okay, yeah, well, definitely I'm a hot client. I thought it meant some, I thought it meant something else. Okay, ombudsman would be a great job. I've communicated with a few ombudsmans, but I don't really know their position. I don't know what they do. I can look it up. But the only reason I didn't become an advocate, because I'm figuring if it take a lot of years to get a degree or something in it, anything that takes like 6 to 14 months, I can do. Anything other than that is too long, and that's because of where I'm at now, my age. University of Maryland Global Campus, they're advocates. Okay, ombudsmans. Okay, I'm gonna look it up and see. And that can be on anything, an ombudsman. That could be an advocate, or maybe you choose what you want to be or who you want to help. I'll look that up. Okay, you're 58, grading in 2 weeks. Okay, I just turned, I'm 60. I turned 60 in May. So I'm 60. Okay. Oh, graduating in 2 weeks. Okay, congratulations. All right. So how long did it take you to become this? How many years of schooling? Two, that's not bad. And I'm sure our busman, that probably can be done online. That probably can be an online where you may have to go in sometimes, but yeah. Transfer credits and online classes. Okay. I used to work at a university. I used to work at Southeastern University in Southwest DC. Um, what's the other one? I worked in the. I first started in advising, and from advising, I went to the registrar's office. I had two positions in the registrar's office. Okay. Contact the University of Maryland. I most certainly will. Okay, University of Maryland Global Campus. Oh yeah, that is what you just said. I sure will. I definitely don't mind being an advocate for people. Because being an advocate don't always mean you have to be somewhere. You can do that right over the phone. I'm good with talking to people in person, on the phone, online. It doesn't matter. I promise there'll be a blessing in it. Yeah, but that's my calling. My calling has always been to help people. I've always been the person to help people, mainly my family back in the day, but now more so whomever. And this particular situation right here, bed bugs, that's the help business because it's the only thing you could do is help somebody. And sometimes it turn out to be a little more than bed bugs. It'd be something else too. But I would love to be that person that could like direct people to resources, like whatever they may need, any type of resource. That's why I wanted to do a nonprofit. I wanted to have a place where like homeless people could come and take a shower, get something to eat, get their hair cut or their hair done, and always have brand new clothes, shoes, things like that. So if they had needed to change, I always wanted to have an outreach like that. And I know when you reach out to all these different people from the organizations, they donate. You know, they donate. You always have things once you get kind of acclimated with people. I always wanted to have a shelter, but not the kind of shelter where people come and stay. They could come. It's like a transitional shelter, transitional place where they come and stay there for like a week or two, and then they move somewhere else where they may be until they get themselves together. Fellowship Baptist Church, Silver Spring. Okay, and what's Fellowship Baptist Church? This is what you're saying I can refer people to for resources. Okay, so Fellowship Baptist Church, is this like a church to come to church, or is this like a place where people can be referred to for resources? This is my church where the Crown of Gray Ministry is. Look, okay, okay. I'll definitely look it up. Okay, and I'm not going to hold you any longer. I definitely appreciate everything, the conversation and the resources, everything. I appreciate it all. And just don't forget to comment on any of my videos so I can send that video to you for you to show it to your husband. And one of the people that I was speaking of, actually the person I was speaking of about the furniture that just bought the furniture from the store, that's my fiance. They took him for bad. Those bugs ate him up. All because he wouldn't listen. He would not listen to me. But I'm not going to hold you any longer. You have a blessed rest of your day, and I'll be waiting for the message, and then I'll be looking for the video. And everyone, whomever is still here, thank you so much for tuning in. And I will say, if anybody have any questions, though, if anybody have any questions about bed bugs or anything, you can ask. Now will be a good time to ask because I will be going off in about the next 2 to 5 minutes, or 2 to 3 minutes. I sure hope so. Men are stubborn. Men can be very stubborn sometimes. I hope that what he hear in it, at least he will have that sympathy for you and understand that if you say it's bothering you or something is going on, just trust your word and believe what you're saying. Just because he's not experiencing doesn't mean you're not. Yep. I did have one guy say something to me. Every time somebody get bit, that's the only place they want to put the product. And I'm telling you, you have to put it all over your house. He did come back and say, you were absolutely right. We put it just one place in the house and we were getting bit up. When you made that video say everywhere, we not putting this stuff all over the house. We getting bit in here. He said they was getting tore up. And once he put it everywhere, about a week later, no more bites. So, but I understand. I mean, when you encounter bed bugs, you don't know what you're getting, what's happening. You don't know nothing about the bug. You don't know nothing. You have no idea about it. And that's why everybody come to YouTube. Everybody come to YouTube and type in how to get rid of bed bugs or bed bug help or whatever they put in. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to come up with one of my videos. But I understand that people think it's just a little regular little bug. Why are you acting crazy about a bug? I understand. Okay, well, thank you again, everyone. Thank you, everyone who was here, who's been here. Thank you for liking the video, and for those of you that's going to come later, if you make it this far, I appreciate it because this has almost been 2 hours. So thanks again, Cheryl. It was very nice meeting you, and everyone have a blessed rest of your day.